Hi Lisa, thank you for taking the live questions and loving your work. I was wondering, what are signs of operating from the sense of separation, things like defensiveness and judgment, anything else? I guess I mean in regards to relating to people. It's not as simple as judgments, because judgments always happen in a way. So in a way, when you're questioning the sense of self, there has to be a questioning of all your judgments and the end of attachment to your judgments. But the body needs to judge. Like, it needs to judge if this person's safe or not, if this person is doing something good or bad in order to move away. So there needs to be judgments, but what goes is the attachment to the person and to those judgments. So it's not quite as simple as does the defensiveness and judgments go. Sometimes defensiveness is needed. Maybe defensiveness, what you're talking about, is like big reactive ego stuff, but sometimes if someone is being inappropriate to you, then there's an appropriate defensive response. So say if somebody comes up to you and says, "Get out of my way, you effing C," then there could be an appropriate defensive response, or somebody's attacking, like screaming at your dog or something, or going to kick your dog. I can't think of good examples. But the suffering is the belief that the judgment and the defensiveness is a you that is experiencing through this body, that equals a you. Whereas these are things that are appearing in life, just like the breeze, the wall, the windows, the other person. They are something which appears in this watching. And to me, the shift is the movement back to that watching, which is no thing and everything. I just call it watching because that's how it's typically called. So it's a movement back to this moment that what is experiencing now is not a person. It's not personal experiencing. It is oneness. It is non-separation experiencing, which is all things. So there's this Neo-Advaita teacher. I'm not sure if Neo-Advaita is a rude name or not, but I'm not against Neo-Advaita. I like it. I remember asking him when I was seeking a question, or somebody else did, I can't remember exactly how it flowed, but somebody said to him, or I said to him, "Does blame still arise?" And he said, "Of course blame still arises." And he went on to say something, I can't remember exactly how he said it, but basically he implied that of course blame still arises, because what's the difference between this body and another body? So if two people are arguing in front of you, it's your blame in a way. Like, we take our dynamics as so personal. Like, we think this body is going to become enlightened and going to be without blame. And maybe blame is something that disappears. Like, maybe there is certainly hatred that disappears, and you could put that into like forms of blame, but it's in the person. But it's this idea that that waking up is personal. Waking up isn't personal. Yeah, the person changes because in the waking up there seems to be a great questioning of the person, the personal dynamics of who you are and what's happening, and really investigating the nature of reality, which is going to affect the person. But there isn't a person here to wake up. This is always the illusion, the belief that I am going to wake up. Who is this I that's going to wake up? Who is this I that's going to wake up? Who is this I that's going to drop defensiveness and drop judgment? Defensiveness and judgment is part of what is conditioned in the body. And yeah, that's most probably diminished a lot. But it's actually this, something else happens. That which is hidden in the background, the experiencer, comes forward. And the experiencer is no longer sort of intermeshed with the person. It comes forward and it is recognized so deeply and profoundly. There is this energy shift to be everywhere and all things. So that which is looking out of this body isn't Lisa. Lisa is an appearance that's coming and going, but it isn't the looker. The looker is everything. So you know when like Vijay Krishnamurti says the subject, the object and the subject are one, the observer and the observed are one. That's because what is looking now is everything, which you could call consciousness, but that's a little bit too much description in a way. It's mystery. So what is looking out of your eyes now? It's not something that's going in time. The going in time is the film that's playing. It's something else which is looking. And that looking is all places. It's here right now. And there's this energy shift from being something that's small, that's running in time, to that bigness. And then that person still carries on playing, but there's no longer the sense that that person is the experiencer. And yes, that changes the person, but not in a particular enlightened way. There's still going to be issues in that person, because that's what it is to be a person. A person has issues, but that is not the experiencer. What is experiencing right now? No thing and all things. Stillness appearing as movement. Mystery. Absolute mystery, not knowing. Yeah, baby. Thank you, Rikesh.